Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Monday afternoon, June 8th. We're looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader. Another huge victorious day for the bulls, as after trading in balance for a good part of the day, not being able to take out the weekly high, we were 8 for 8 wide. We finally popped the top, have a double distribution day, have a set of single prints that hold, so we have a trend day up. We go out with a very nice price probe, close about $1 higher as the market continues to just grind higher. For much of the day, I made pennies on the day. It was the type of day I had a fairly big loss in C period that took out a bunch of my gains in A and B and then worked back throughout the day. Just not a great day. Couldn't really get a feel. Let's go over it. A period. So we opened in A, traded up. We got up between I's high and the weekly high. I did not think we were going to take out the weekly high right away, so I took a short. Turned out to be a very nice trade in A period against that. Then in B period, we went down. I shorted it. As soon as we took out A's low, we got the POC. I'm looking for acceleration. Didn't get acceleration. Started coming back. Took it off. Made money on it. Nothing great, but made money. Got above POC. Actually got long. I'm like, okay, we're back in range. Now I'm looking to go back and at least test I's high. Well, that didn't happen. We just sat around there. Made pennies on it. Didn't like it. Got out of it. And obviously we went back down because we then had single prints in C period, in B period, when C opened, and I took a short again. I'm like, okay, something might have changed here. Now, value was overlapping to higher all day, and it was overlapping to higher at that point, but it obviously was nowhere near up here. And I thought, well, we're one time framing down twice, back and forth through the open in all three time frames, getting accepted into M period. There's a chance to pull value down to unchanged maybe. So I took that short looking for settlement, looking for value low, looking for M low. Obviously didn't happen, came back. Instead of getting out of the trade right away, since we were one time framing down, I did not add to it. However, once it got up, took out B's high, I'm like, that's it, game over, took it off, and gave back a good part of what I'd made in A and B. So that was a little frustrating. I did take another short in D that worked out. As soon as we did pop the top in the weekly high, we were already, 4 for 4 wide. I'm like, let's see if we come back in. We did. Turned out to be a decent trade in D period. I was looking for an afternoon pullback low. I didn't take it in G. Remember, I'm in 5-tick increments, so it doesn't look. We did not take out F's low. Now, the reason I did not take that trade, a couple of reasons. We were very close to POC. We were 7 for 7 wide. Even though we took out last week's high, we couldn't get back above it after D period. E, F, G, we're one time framing down. I'm like, maybe we're going to get more to the downside. I'd rather see it get to around the open and take the long, because then I could, have something to lean on, either the opening or the day's low, and then ride that back to POC instead of buying it around POC. So I didn't do it. And obviously that would have been the thing to do, because we never saw that again. The other trades I took, I took one in I period. When I popped the top, I'm like, let's see if we come back down. We're 8 for 8 wide at that time. Figured there's a good chance we're going to come back down. Well, that didn't happen. J opened, we had singles, wasn't coming in, got out of it, again, for a small loss. And then in L, when L took out K's low, I got short again, made small on it. I figured, you know what? We had 2 sets of single prints. We had another one that got filled in J. I'm like, well, maybe we come down and fill these and we get back to make it 9 wide. We were 8 for 8 wide. Never happened. Took some off here, got back into K's range, got out of the rest of it. Very pennies on the day. Why didn't I get long? Well, again, you have to know yourself better than you know anything else. And we had a double distribution. Yes, we had single prints, but the tempo was killing me. Just killing me. Yes, the only tempo of the day was just quick pop in I. Then again, it just traded, we found two-sided trade, and then again in M when M decided to pop the top. So it just wasn't in me to be long. So again, basically a scratch pennies on the day. All right. destinations for tomorrow. On the upside, 323.41, today's high. Then we don't have anything to 324.61 daily high. Afternoon rally high, 325.21 from February 24th. And then a real important one, 325.85 weekly high, and then filling the gap at 332.58, a 673-point gap from February 24th. For the downside, we have a price probe. That is J's high of 322.16. Then we have the single prints, 321.61. J's low, and they get filled at D's high of 321.37. The afternoon pullback low, F's low of 320.48, and in today's low of 319.63. So another beautiful day by the bulls, double distribution trend day. Let's go to the charts. So, monthly, it's only June 8th. We already took out March's high, and we continue to march higher. Remember, the next destination on the monthly is the all-time high. NASDAQ blew through again, made another all-time high in the NASDAQ composite. Closes just off it or maybe right at it. So the monthly, healthy, one time framing up, 2 months, it is up. Weekly, one time framing up for 3 weeks. Week 4, we took out the high already. They didn't even wait for another day to take out last week's high. Now, we had trouble after we took it out the first time, but we closed right at the high of the day. Again, next destination is that weekly high of 325.85 and then that huge gap. I don't think it gets filled the first time there. Daily, up. One time framing up 2 days. Gap or gaps with an S, my main focus. They're all over the place. Can we get into this gap and even fill it before we fill these downside gaps? Of course we can. Would that be healthy? Probably not. Right? When you get a market that, continually goes on gaps, like, you look at 2019, look at this grind up, this whole slow grind up, and then puke it all the way down. So if you want to avoid that, it would be better to balance and take back some of the poor structure on the daily. There's no poor structure on the monthly or weekly, that's for sure. Not yet anyway. Volume today, 72.5 million. We're going to do way under the average, which is 96. Again, it's only one part of the equation. However, it's something you want to see pick up. Remember, I put out a video yesterday on Sunday about the webinar this coming Saturday. Why don't you check it out? We have a bunch of people sign up for my trading room. I think it would be pretty educational and helpful to anybody who trades the ES or the SPY. Plus, come check us out in my trading room at camelbacktrading.org. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.